So today I'm going to talk about my Ontario SP10 Marine Radar Bowie. There's a lot of good and a lot, well, I won't say a lot of bad. There's a lot of good and some prominent issues, or one issue in particular. Alright, quickly, specs, full tang, it's an enclosed tang, hidden so you don't see any metal down here. It's a craton handle, which is kind of like a rubber, but it's not sticky. It doesn't hold dirt, and it's not squishy, but it does give you something easy to grab onto. Got a handguard. The blade is 9 3/4 inches. It is a 1/4 inch thick. The swedge back here is unsharpened, and it is made of 1095 high carbon steel. Okay, real quick, what I like. I like that it's a 1/4 inch thick. Like I've said in a lot of my other videos, I am pretty much hell on everything. I mean, you should see my phone. You can barely see it even though it still works because the screen's cracked so bad, and that's after I broke the protector that I had it in. So I'm really rough on things, so I like something to be tough. The edge came pretty sharp with this edge geometry. I mean, you can't make it like a razor blade, but it's definitely as sharp as you'd ever need a knife like this to be. And after beating on it for a while, it is still as sharp as it was before. And I'm going to make some general comparisons to the Kershaw Camp 10 because that's our other large knife, and it gives a good comparison between the two. So I think the edge is tougher on the Ontario, mainly because of the heat treat and the type of steel it is. But one of the things I like about it, and that's the thickness of it, is also the thing that holds it back. And I didn't realize this before I got the knife. This was totally my bad. I should have thought of it. But with a blade that is a 1/4 inch thick, what happens is whenever you sharpen the edge, because I mean the edge comes to a point like this. The thicker the knife, if you have to keep the same angle, the thicker down here would be. So while this is probably stronger than the Camp 10, the Camp 10 kills this when it comes to chopping. I mean, this has about 1/2 to 3/4 of the performance the Camp 10 does. Because, and you can feel it whenever you try to chop a piece of wood. I mean, right after it hits the wood, it just kind of stops. Whereas the Kershaw will keep going because it's a thinner blade. There's less resistance once you hit the wood. I plan on addressing that, and I'm going to get my sharpener out, and I'm going to try to reprofile the edge a little bit and try to bring that angle a little bit more steep and see if I can get some better performance out of it. I think it's Prepared Mind 101 has one of these, and that's what he did. He reprofiled the edge on it, and he said that it's a completely different knife now. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to do to mine. But in the meantime, I'm very happy with the knife. I mean, you can tell you're holding a big beefy knife. And a quick note while we're comparing them slightly. While both handles are great, I mean the Kershaw one fits my hand like a glove. The Kershaw has a lot of stippling on the handle, and after a while of chopping that can get kind of abrasive, and I feel like the Kershaw is more likely to give me blisters faster than this handle, because this handle is not quite as abrasive. I did want to mention that. Now, the sheath, probably not going to say this right, is Cordura and leather. So this side's Cordura, and that is kind of like a ballistic nylon, and then the other side is leather. I don't hate the sheath, but I'm not in love with it. I mean, I think like a Kydex sheath would have been a better option, but overall, you know, it works, and I'm only going to hate on something so much if it works. So time will tell on how this holds up, but I have a lot of confidence that the knife will do just fine. Real quick, another little side note before I forget. I believe the Kershaw is painted black, and this is powder coated, and the chopping that I've done with it, you probably couldn't even see it on the camera. There's just a little spot right here where it started to wear away the powder coat. I'm calling it paint, I haven't verified that, but the finish on the Kershaw has worn away quite a bit more. Although it's been used more, but I feel like it's wearing faster on the Kershaw than it is on this. So if you're a stickler for blade finishes, the powder coating on this is actually pretty good. So with all that being said, if you like the knife, I definitely recommend it. Just be aware of its limitations. If you were going to use it as a fighting knife, I'm sure it would be more than capable and probably more than you would need. As for a chopper, time will tell. I'm going to work on that edge, and I'll be doing another video. And when I do that video, I will hopefully have some comparison video with this before and after doing the edge job, and then this compared to that, which is a much better chopper. So stay tuned. I look forward to the next one.